Pakai. Kawan. Kawan.
Deep in the forest, where few dare to venture, strange things lurk just out of sight. Apparitions, mysterious entities, and whatnot. So hang on for the unbelievable footage caught by explorers that shocked the whole world.
I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving.
One night, a person heard unusual noises outside and decided to check it out. What he didn't expect was that this would turn into a nightmare. As he stepped outside, his eyes landed on a tree, where he saw a woman in a hospital gown sitting, eating something. When she noticed him, everything changed. The lady suddenly stood up, her bones cracking, and then started moving toward him. It was clear by her appearance and movements that she wasn't human. Thankfully, the guy managed to close his door just in time. But outside, she began screaming and attacking the door. Luckily, the authorities came in time and took her into custody. Woods of Fear. It's hard to ignore the fear that creeps in when you're out in the woods alone at night. The eerie quiet, the rustling leaves, and that feeling that you're not really alone. One man found out just how real that fear can be. As he walked deeper into the woods, everything seemed calm, until his flashlight caught something unexpected. A figure was climbing up the tree, moving in unnatural ways. It was a witch, casting some sort of spell. Her hands moved in eerie gestures, and the man froze in fear. Though he tried his very best to hide from the creature or the witch, he was sure the curse got him. Rake in fields.
Wait, stop right there. What is that? Is it a buck?
Back in 2022, during the height of the pandemic, a group of friends was driving through fields late at night. They thought they spotted a big buck in the distance.
I thought I seen a big buck or something.
So they slowed down to get a better look. But when they zoomed in with their camera, they were shocked. It wasn't a buck at all. What they saw was a rake quickly moving toward them, as if it was about to attack. Terrified, they sped away as fast as they could. Wendigo encounter. Wendigos are creatures that have haunted legends for years. But what if you actually came across one? One man was walking through the forest when he heard a goat's cry, sounding like it was in trouble. Thinking he should help, he moved closer, only to realize it wasn't a goat at all. It was a Wendigo, making the sound of a goat. The man quickly hid behind a tree to stay out of sight and peeked around it. To his shock, the Wendigo started moving toward him, walking on all fours. But then, it suddenly stood up on two legs and sprinted right toward him. The man screamed, terrified by what was happening. It's crazy to think that something like this could be lurking in the woods, right? Cyclops encounter. You've probably heard of Cyclops from ancient Greek stories. Huge one-eyed monsters that are downright terrifying, right? But imagine stumbling across one in the middle of nowhere. A man in Indonesia spotted a similar creature. He was driving home when he suddenly spotted a massive, hairy creature blocking the road. His car wouldn't start, and with no way to escape, he had no choice but to face it, and the Cyclops standing right in front of him. Before he knew it, the creature attacked, tearing him apart with its giant claws. A terrifying reminder that sometimes myth and reality collide in the strangest ways. Devil sighted? While camping at night in an abandoned area, a group noticed mysterious glowing eyes looking at them. The mysterious creature was hiding itself behind a rock, but it looked like it was waiting for a perfect opportunity to attack. Its huge horns, glowing eyes made everyone who watched the video to believe that it was a Dogman. Lucky for the boys that they spotted it on time, packed everything, and returned safely. Pale figure. Walking alone at night with just a flashlight is never a good idea, especially in remote areas. A group of people were crossing a bridge late at night, scanning the surroundings with their flashlights. The air was still, almost too quiet, until an unexpected sound broke the silence. As they turned their lights toward the noise, they saw something strange. A tall, pale figure stood motionless for a brief moment before suddenly sprinting away on two legs. Its skin was completely white, and its movements were unnatural, almost unsettling. It looked human, yet something felt off, like it didn't belong. Many online viewers believed it was a Skinwalker. Whether you believe it or not, one thing is for sure: visiting the woods at night is never a good idea. Twisted Head Woman. A guy was driving through an off-road area at night, passing through bushes, when he suddenly saw a woman walking ahead. He thought about stopping to give her a lift, but as his car got closer, he noticed something strange. She was walking in a weird way, almost like she was dancing. But the scariest part? She slowly turned her head all the way backward to stare at him. Shocked, he started following her with his car, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. The woman kept walking forward, but her twisted head stayed locked on him, and just when he thought it couldn't get worse, she suddenly rushed toward him. He didn't wait. He hit the gas and sped away. Sasquatch sighting. Not the typical Bigfoot, but this guy spotted an albino Bigfoot. According to him, he heard some weird sounds, and when he followed them, they led him to this strange creature hiding in the bushes. Luckily, he recorded it and uploaded the footage to the internet. As expected, the footage took the online community by storm. People commented saying this is the first time anyone ever captured the rare creature. Sasquatch in snow. A guy was walking through the woods on a snowy night when he started to feel like something was following him. Suddenly, the sound of branches cracking echoed through the air, getting louder and faster. He followed the noise with his eyes, feeling more uneasy by the second. And then, out of nowhere, he saw it. A massive Sasquatch staring right at him. Before he could even react, the creature disappeared into the darkness, leaving him frozen in place, trying to make sense of what he'd just witnessed. Wendigo footage. In a dim cave hidden away in the hills, a lone traveler filmed something he could hardly believe: a Wendigo. The footage captured a tall, bony creature with hollow eyes and twisted antlers, its appearance sending a chill down the spine. As the camera zoomed in, the creature stood motionless, staring into the distance, as if aware it was being watched. Now if we dive into Native American legends, especially from the Ojibwe and Cree tribes, we'll learn that the Wendigo is a spirit of endless hunger that thrives on greed and selfishness, even turning people into monsters. Since no one heard about the people who spotted it, could it be that it turned them into monsters as well? Mysterious Fields encounter.
What is it?
This woman was enjoying the beauty of the open fields when she noticed her cattle suddenly darting from the back of the property to the front. Out of curiosity, she jumped in her truck to get a closer look. As she drove, she spotted something in the distance, something strange that didn't look like any person or animal. It was a Skinwalker, and as soon as the creature realized it was being watched, it quickly vanished into the shadows. Thankfully, the woman drove away safely, but she'd never forget what she saw that day in the fields. It left her with an eerie feeling that stayed with her long after. Strange promo. A bizarre VHS-style dashcam video popped up online, leaving everyone confused and a little creeped out. The footage showed someone driving on a quiet, dark road when they turned a corner and spotted a man in a suit holding a briefcase. At first, it seemed like a simple hitchhiker, but then another suited man appeared and they both ran off. After that, 9 more suited figures emerged from the grass, looking anxious, and then someone lit fire in the distance, making it all look more sinister. Could this be some eerie ritual they were performing or something else? Let me know in the comments below. Devil's dog or wolf? While driving through a quiet road, a woman spotted something odd up ahead. At first, she thought it was a dog, maybe even a wolf. But as she got closer, she realized this thing wasn't like any animal she had seen before. It was huge, moving strangely, and she couldn't quite put her finger on it. Totally freaked out. She called it the devil's dog. But the more she thought about it, the more she wondered, could it be something even stranger? Either way, she was shaken, and I bet she won't forget that moment anytime soon. Skinwalker encounter. This video shows an eerily crouching creature walking in an abandoned area. A mysterious figure was seen moving on all fours, dragging its long arms and legs behind it. As it passed by, it noticed the camera and stared at it from a distance. The creature then turned and vanished into the darkness. The man who set up the camera, terrified after seeing the footage, was convinced it had captured a legendary skinwalker. Was it a CGI trick or a real encounter with this eerie creature? I personally think it was the latter, adding to the mystery of what lurks in the shadows. Vanishing walk. In 2021, news spread about a missing couple, and their neighbor decided to check their Ring camera for any clues. What he found shocked him. The footage showed the couple walking hand in hand, but something felt off. It was as if they were under some kind of spell, moving like they were being controlled. They seemed to be heading straight for the forest, almost like they were being pulled there. Then, as the video continued, the neighbor saw something even stranger, a skinwalker lurking in the bushes. It seemed to be leading them deeper into the woods, and no one heard from the couple since then. Nightstalker. One night, two friends were driving through a quiet, desolate area in northern Mexico when they saw something odd. A dark figure was standing behind a tree, staring at them. At first, they thought it might be an animal, but then they noticed its glowing eyes. The figure kept peeking out, disappearing and reappearing, almost like it knew they were watching. Fear set in, and without a second thought, they sped off, leaving the figure behind. Whatever it was, they didn't want to find out. It's a good reminder. Never drive on deserted roads at night. You never know what might be out there. Glowing figure. We have all heard that angels are made of light, right? Stories and beliefs have always described them as glowing heavenly beings. But imagine actually seeing one with your own eyes. A strange glowing figure was caught on camera at night, and people were convinced it was an angel. It moved slowly, as if heading somewhere with purpose. The bright light surrounding it was so intense that it was impossible to ignore. It wasn't just a reflection or a small glow. It looked like a being made entirely of light. If dark and eerie creatures exist, then it only makes sense that beings of light do too. Maybe this was proof, or maybe it was something beyond our understanding. Either way, it's not every day you see something like this. Shadow on Hill. In southern Colombia, strange stories are not uncommon, and this one is no exception. In the town of Funes, some workers were passing by a hill when they spotted something unusual at the top. It appeared as a woman, but levitating from the ground, it shook the onlookers. Because no human can do this, right? According to some, this was the ghost of a woman who just lost her life there on the mountain, and now she comes there to haunt people. Tiny girl. Have you ever wondered if tiny creatures, like the ones in fairy tales, could actually exist? A viral video might just make you think twice. In the video, a tiny girl was spotted inside a tree, as if she had made it her home. She didn't come out, but peeked nervously outside, as if someone had come too close. The footage wasn't very clear, but it was enough to make people believe that tiny beings, just a few centimeters tall, they might actually be real. Ghostly crossing. Ghost stories have always fascinated people, from eerie encounters to unexplained sightings. But what would you do if you were the one to witness it? A driver shared a video that quickly went viral, claiming to have captured a ghostly figure crossing the road. The figure appeared semi-transparent and glided smoothly across the street. As it reached the trees, it vanished into the forest without a trace. Many thought it could be the famous woman in white, known for haunting roads. The ghostly figure moved so eerily calm, it gave viewers chills. Personally, if I had seen it, I'd probably be frozen in place, unsure of what just happened. Ghost or not, it would have left me questioning reality. What about you? Would you have believed your eyes? Skinwalker's chase. One night while a guy was sleeping in his tent when he heard something outside. It sounded like someone was walking close to him. Scared, he quickly sat up and looked around. Suddenly, he felt like something was trying to get into his tent. He didn't wait to find out what it was. He jumped up and ran into the woods, feeling like he was being followed. As he ran, he heard strange noises from above, like something was walking in the trees. When he looked ahead, he froze in fear. There, standing right in front of him, was a skinwalker, waiting. The guy went missing after that encounter. When the authorities recovered his mobile phone during the search, it pretty much cleared the cause of his disappearance. Night with Alien.
Holy sh!
Following the eerie sounds coming from his neighboring fields, the guy, confused and a bit scared, rushed outside to see what was going on. And there it was, a tiny alien hiding in the bushes, staring right at him. Before he could even blink, the alien vanished into the shadows. But then, the alien sent a laser beam straight towards his house, almost like it was checking it out.
Off, no way.
The guy, now a little freaked out, ran towards the bushes, but when he got there, nothing. After a while, he went back inside. But guess what? The alien was back, zapping the house again. What was it doing? Scanning? Watching? Or he could be marking his territory for the next visit. Whatever the case may be, the guy decided to leave the place as early as possible.
It's better off.
Lucky escape.
Dapat kawan baru na. Woi, lagi santai kawan.
No matter what, it's always bad to explore abandoned places. And this guy's experience is proof. In the shadows, standing still, he saw a creature with glowing red eyes. That was enough. Just one quick glance, and he knew there was no way he was getting closer. His heart raced, and without thinking, he ran back to safety.
Okay. Ela dunia kawan santai.
He made it back unharmed, but that night was a big reminder. Not everyone gets so lucky.
Okay. Kawan. Well.
Mysterious hole. Sometimes, when out playing, a weird sight catches the eye and curiosity takes over. That's exactly what happened when two boys noticed a strange hole in the ground. At first, they thought it was just a random pit, something worth checking out. But then, to their shock, they saw a creature with a human-like face peeking out, watching them. The moment it realized they had seen it, the creature disappeared back into the hole. The kids rushed over to investigate. But when they reached the spot, there was nothing, just an empty hole. They stood there, stunned, with only questions about what they had really seen. Mysterious figure. Either it's a ghost, or the camera captured a real-life Harry Potter character wearing the famous invisibility cloak. In the footage, it's clear that the thing was somewhat transparent, but its eyes gave it away, showing that something was moving around. Maybe it was the security cam catching its blinking eyes, but still, the figure seemed to be wandering near the house. And the moment it came near the camera, it just vanished. Varginha encounter. In 1996, Brazil became the center of one of the strangest UFO stories ever. People started talking about a mysterious event in Varginha, where an alien encounter was said to have happened. One evening, heavy rain was pouring down when a man spotted this right in front of his ring camera. There was an alien standing right in front of it. As soon as the light hit its eyes, it raised its hand to cover its face. but the glowing eyes and strange body shape made it clear. This wasn't a human. It was an extraterrestrial being. Chasing Bigfoot. Back in the summer of 2013, a man on vacation near Blue Ridge, Georgia, caught something strange on camera while hiking with his family. He saw what he thought was Bigfoot. And instead of running, he chased after it deeper into the woods. After some time, he got another glimpse of the creature. Whether it's Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or something else, these tales never fail to spark curiosity. Bigfoot in Adygea. Bigfoot sightings always seem to stir up excitement, don't they? In a resurfaced video, a group of teenagers out enjoying the woods in Adygea Republic captured something incredible. As they were chilling in the forest, they suddenly saw a massive creature sprinting across the trees. The teens quickly realized that they were looking at Bigfoot, about 7 to 8 feet tall, completely covered in black fur. The footage is crystal clear, making it hard to deny what they saw. But unfortunately, they could never dare to go near the sprinter. Dogman sighting. Ever wonder if there's something strange lurking in the woods? The Dogman is a creature from legend, said to be a huge, wolf-like being that walks on 2 legs. While hiking deep in the forest, a lone adventurer captured something chilling on camera. As he quietly filmed the surroundings, he noticed a massive wolf-like figure standing on 2 legs. The creature, unaware of the camera, paused and scanned the trees. Then, without a sound, it vanished into the shadows. The hiker, stunned by what he had just witnessed, couldn't shake the feeling that he'd just seen something truly mysterious. Dogman sightings have been reported for years, but this one was caught on camera, adding another eerie chapter to the legend. Hilltop horror. One day, a guy was casually gazing at the hills when his attention shifted to something far from ordinary. There, on the hillside, stood a Skinwalker. Its pale, white body looked unnervingly spider-like, and its frail, skinny arms were spiked and twisted. Without warning, the creature leapt off the hill and vanished into the shadows. The man, in total disbelief, was left wondering, had he just witnessed a nightmare come to life, or was the folklore true after all? Monster from below. Now this is something no one would expect in the woods. A man saw something truly bizarre, a massive, monstrous creature rising from the soil. It had multiple tentacles and was buried so deep in the ground that it blended in perfectly, like a trap waiting for its next victim. The guy stood frozen in shock, unable to process what he was seeing. It wasn't just strange, it was like something straight out of a nightmare, a predator hiding in plain sight, ready to strike. Bigfoot versus bear. Okay, so here is footage that will quiet down all the skepticism. Because humans can fake it, cameras can capture lies, but animals? They can't. This is exactly what this footage proves. It captured a bear and Bigfoot in what looks like the middle of a wrestling match. Though the Bigfoot showed immense power, I believe this match would go in the favor of the bear. Unfortunately, the footage didn't capture the end, and we all are once again left without any result. Ghost in window.
뭐야? 어디야?
A South Korean paranormal explorer, eager to investigate an old apartment block, never expected what he would capture. Recording everything on his camera, he decided to step inside. What followed him was unbelievable. As he moved through the building, the footage revealed strange flickers of light, unsettling noises, and shadowy figures moving on their own. Frightened by everything, he decided to come out. And that's when they captured the culprit. This ghostly figure was staring at him through a window. The explorer received the signal and decided not to go inside again. Ohio Pursuit. Imagine hiking alone on a strange trail in the woods when you suddenly start feeling like something's following you. That's exactly what happened to the girl recording the video. The footage shows something far bigger than her, moving in the distance, and it doesn't stop chasing. You can hear the panic in her voice as she tries to leave.
I'm leaving, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
But whatever's out there won't give up. Just when she thought she was safe, she heard movement behind her. Turning around, she spotted something again. It even sat down, maybe preparing for attack. But thankfully the girl was able to get home safely. Stalked in Mexico. Camping in the wilds of Mexico can lead to some unexpected experiences. A group of friends had just settled into their camp when they started feeling like they were being followed. Strange noises surrounded them at night, and the next morning, they noticed missing items and tracks in the dirt. Thinking they were being stalked by a person, they decided to use a drone with a thermal camera to track down the source. As the drone zoomed in, they saw what appeared to be a Skinwalker, its eerie form lurking in the distance. But then, to their horror, the creature shifted and transformed into a deer right before their eyes. What they had initially thought was a terrifying supernatural being was now an innocent-looking animal, though they knew better than to trust what they had just witnessed. Fox transformation. São Félix do Xingu, a quiet town in Pará, Brazil, is known for its vast, mysterious forests. In 2015, a man was filming his land near one of its springs when a strange noise from the woods caught his attention. As he followed the sound, he spotted something that looked like an animal, but was nowhere near it. Its body twisted and morphed, revealing a terrifying Skinwalker. With eyes full of malice, the creature seemed to stare straight through him. Shocked and afraid, the man stepped back, realizing he'd witnessed something beyond human understanding. Mysterious night walk. We all take our pets for walks, right? Well, one night, a person was walking his pet when he saw something he never expected. He was strolling when his eyes went toward some bushes. There, he saw a ghostly figure. The figure was large and white, and its face was clearly visible. It stood there, almost frozen in place. The man quickly left the area and made sure he got home safely with his pet. After that night, he vowed never to take his pet for a walk at night again. What he saw made him believe there were things out there that shouldn't be messed with. Sometimes, you just don't expect to run into the unknown when you're out for a stroll. Dashcam mystery. Dashcams are used in cars to capture anything unusual that happens on the road. This video, filmed during the day, showed something strange. A man was driving on a busy road in the United States. It wasn't a deserted road, just a regular, known one. As he took a turn, he saw something odd between the trees on the left side of the road. It looked like a creature or being, standing still, maybe around 7 feet tall, covered in dark fur. The man zoomed in on the creature and saw that it had bare ears. Some people think it was just a tall man standing weirdly by the side of the road, but others think it was a strange, demon-like creature that appeared for just a moment. Let me know. What do you think of the creature? Alien encounter footage. There's always been a fascination with the idea of aliens visiting Earth, and a new video might just add fuel to the fire. In 2018, a man filming in a remote Peruvian jungle captured a strange sighting. The footage showed a tall, thin, humanoid figure, about 6 feet tall, with pale skin walking between the trees. Its long neck, oversized head, and spindly limbs matched the descriptions of the famous alien greys seen in other reports. The man filmed from behind some bushes, too scared to get closer. The video was unclear, leaving a lot to the imagination, but it was enough to stir excitement. Was this truly proof that we are not alone in the universe? And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Bigfoot has always been one of those mysterious creatures that people talk about, but never expect to see. Well, two couples got more than they bargained for on a peaceful day by the riverbank. They were enjoying the cool breeze and exploring the area when something huge appeared out of nowhere, standing around 7 to 8 feet tall, covered in black fur. It looked exactly like the Bigfoot they'd heard about in stories. Shocked, they froze for a moment, unable to believe what they were seeing. The creature stared at them for a second, then quickly disappeared into the woods. As soon as the couples realized what had happened, panic set in, and they ran as fast as they could, never looking back. What they saw remains a mystery to this day.